Now, I purchased a benchtop drill press a long time ago. I got it on Craigslist, 40% off, never been used. A guy bought it for a job and didn't use it. So I got a great deal. And I did all my research. This is the benchtop drill press I wanted, and I love it. It's got an oscillating sander on it, which probably don't need much, but the drill press itself is worth it. The only problem is it's been on the floor for months, and I've got to get it off the floor. Hi, this is Dave with Level Up Woodworking, and today I'm going to build some tables. I thought I could build something better. So today I'm going to build a drill press table, and I hope it's better than what I sold. We'll see what happens. So let's get started. I'm actually pretty excited to get this thing off the floor. You know, I probably spent maybe 6 to 8 months looking for the drill press I wanted. I looked at all kinds of reviews. I knew that the ShopFox benchtop drill press was the one, and then I had to find one. And of course, I like to look for deals on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace, and so I was constantly looking for this. I found it, and then I tried to work a deal on it, and well, that didn't work, but it hadn't sold yet. I had to drive 2 hours to go get it. And then it sat on the floor for several months because I was just busy working on other projects. So it's pretty exciting for me to be able to start putting this cabinet together. And the cabinet's pretty basic. I built a pretty basic rectangular box and painted it, and it was all set for me to install the wheels and the drill. Bought them on Amazon. They're not office wheels, they're actually shop wheels. They look really robust. I've never used them before, but I kind of like the way they look. Together, they're supposed to support like 1,100 pounds. Once I got the wheels installed, it was just a matter of putting the drill on, and man, this thing was heavy. Even in pieces, it was heavy. But it's interesting, somebody had asked me if I had weighted the bottom of my cabinet at all, and I haven't. And I've used this for quite a while. Now, I don't move it around a lot, but I've used it for quite a while. There is no concern whatsoever with tipping with this particular design, so I've been pretty happy with that. Once the drill's in place, it was just a matter of doing some of the finishing work. I built a nice little box that I could put on the back to hold my chuck wrench and a few other things. This gives you a perspective of the magnitude of everything I wanted to put in this cabinet. And I was amazed that almost all of it fit in true drawers. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be amazed, but I was. Building the drawer boxes was a piece of cake. I've done it many times before. I use Baltic birch plywood when I do that, which I dearly love. I just wish the prices would come down. But very nice quality cabinet drawers, and I think they'll last me a long time. But within those drawers, I also wanted a place to hold some of the drill bits, and I made a very simple little device that had room to put the drill bits in and label the sizes, and it was kind of a slider so I could slide it back and get to additional drill bits underneath. This was a great space saver for me. I saw some videos online about different options of how to do this, and this particular one was quick and efficient and worked well. Now in the drawer underneath that, the second one down, I built something a little different, which has worked well but not super happy with, but it holds some of my unique bits like Forstner bits and the like, and I think it'll do a good job, but not as efficient as this drawer that I built that just holds the basic drill bits. And I bought a box of a couple hundred of these. So when these drill bits wear out, I throw one away, pull another one out of the box, and I put it back in the drawer here. So that worked out really nice. I built a simple little divider scheme for the top drawer. Again, this was for some of the unusual drill bits. The thing I like about this is there's no glue, no nails, nothing. So if I want to reconfigure this drawer or change something, I basically pull it out and do whatever I want with it. So I like that flexibility because I find that from time to time I want to change stuff and change designs, and that gives me the flexibility to do that. Now with those drawers done, I still had an empty spot underneath those, which I'm going to build another large drawer eventually, but not in this video. And I'm ready to move on to build the fence. And one of the first and probably foremost pieces of the fence was I want to have some wings that you can pull out on the side. And so I bought these aluminum rods that I could cut to length and be able to slide the wings in and out. And that was quite a challenge for me, actually. I glued everything together, got the rods in place. I thought I had no problem with sliding them in and out, and I just made it a little bit too tight. I tried like 3 or 4 different ways to actually get the rods out after I glued this together. And I had to buy a longer rod and basically pound these things out and then kind of clear out the holes a little bit, which you'll see here in a minute, so that the rods would smoothly slide in and out. Now I know it looks kind of odd in the video, but this is what I had to do. I had to put this fence in my wood vise and get up on a stool and basically pound these rods out. But like I said, I tried 3 or 4 different other methods to pull them out, and it was just too tight. So I think in the future I would probably be a little bit more careful about the hole size. But you know, finally got it to work to my satisfaction. And then it was a matter of doing the final trims on the fence. One of the things I did was I waited to cut the wings off on this until everything was done, because I wanted the wings to be able to perfectly match when I decide to put the rods in. Now, like everybody else, you know, I'm going to have some T-track on this for my hold downs, and I'm going to have a reusable block that I can put in there, so when it gets beat up I can throw it away. And I built like 4 or 5 of them, and got all that lined up, and then I was ready to cut the slots for that and put the T-track in. Two features I think are absolutely required for any drill press table, and that's slots for T-track, so you can somehow hold your pieces down. Now, you wouldn't have to put T-track in. There's other ways of doing that, but you got to be able to hold down your work. And then secondly, having an opportunity to put reusable blocks in the center where you do a lot of drilling. You're going to wear out your table and it won't be effective. So being able to pull those blocks out and put a new one in, I think, is a real important feature of this design. Once I cut the wings, I was ready to finish this, and I put a clear, natural Danish oil finish on this, kind of to match the drawers on the cabinet itself. And then I put several coats of a polyurethane finish to make sure that, you know, it wouldn't get scratched or dented too much. And then I could put the whole assembly together, per se. I used paste wax, and I will use paste wax on a regular basis. for the rods to make sure they slide evenly. I've seen some designs where they'll use like roller bearings and everything, and I wonder if that was necessary. I mean, it's more expense. I think obviously it would work very well, but I thought this was a more cost-efficient way to go. And over the months that I've used this drill press cabinet, I found that it actually works pretty good. Of course, I did have to pin the rods on the end so I can slide it back and forth, but that wasn't too big of a deal. Now, this may look like an odd bolt pattern to you, but I was trying to bolt this down and make sure I didn't interfere with those rods that were sliding back and forth, or the slots they have to slide back and forth in. You can imagine if I drilled right into one of those, that would be the end of the table, and I'd have to start all over again. So once the table's done, I've made a very simple fence, but I like it because it's very durable. I think it'll be long-lasting, performs well, and this was basically one of the last pieces to add to my table. Hey, it's all done. It was quite a build. I've got a nice cabinet on wheels. I've got 2 drawers here full of drill bits, and I've got some space at the bottom that I haven't yet filled out that I'll probably put a door on and store whatever in there. I've got a nice drill press table. I've got a hole for the oscillating sander and an attachment here to hook my hose up to. I've got blocks in here that I can replace on a regular basis, and I built several. I've got like 4 right here. And I built these wings, and this was a little more difficult than I wanted it to be, but these are nice for holding large pieces. I've got guides here for my hold downs, and I've got a fence on the back. I don't know what else I'd want in a table saw other than maybe a toolbox on the back, which I have as well. So this has been a great build for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit like. I've got some cool stuff coming in the future. If you're interested in subscribing, that would be great. And I want to thank you for watching today, and I'll see you later.